Should start YouTube as well. Well, hello, JD lady. Thanks for stopping in. I think you're the first to the chat today. All right, hello. My hair's a little... Ooh, that's the wrong part to pull out. 1 second. Tuck that away. Alrighty. Oh, Bunions and Cabbage beat you to the punch there, JD. Very rude, if you ask me. You were just about to click it. Yeah. I don't know, Bunions. That's... It doesn't seem right. That seems like cheating, perhaps. Oh, hey, auto shoutout kicked in. Hell yeah. Oh, hey, Soggy Bogwitch. What's up? Okay, let's... I'm a little tired today. I'm like a little tired today, so I'm not going to be as sharp and fast. I think the weather has screwed a lot of people up around here because it has just been like all over the place. Kind of hard to get your bearings. So, what am I working on today? Well, if you remember, I believe I did this one on stream last week. Still looking very nice. And then off stream, I also did did the other one, which is a little bit different looking because I'm not that consistent. But, these are looking really nice. These are pretty much done. And because I figured y'all have seen me dry brush enough wood, I actually went ahead and did these ones last night. Just started them with the wood colors. And I'm starting to like how they look. So I think what I need now is all the metallics to be filled in on these. Because this one has a lot. That's one of my other finished pieces. This one also has a lot of metal. So that is the thing for today, is figuring out, I don't know, what to do with these. The big question is, where does the copper go? I have a pretty good idea that I want some of this to be copper. I know that's for sure. It sure has too. I'm also super tired. It must just be something in the air. I don't know anyone who's doing great right now. But we persist, and we keep streaming despite it. This is what I'm gonna do, not stream? Sounds boring. There it is. Whoop. A little bit of water in the paint cup. Forgot about that step earlier. And, oh, hello.
I called my mom to tell her about stuff.
Yeah.
I was talking about the first store, and I was like, oh yeah, I got binoculars this past weekend. She's like, you just... I was like, yeah, but we're cleaning this stuff out. I've also been looking for binoculars for a few years.
This is kind of what I said.
Ever since Dad took mine, she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I used to have a nice pair of binoculars. They were like from the 70s.
Can you say this into the microphone?
Oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, I used to have a nice pair of binoculars from the 70s, and Dad took them and put them in his van, and I haven't seen them since. It was funny because my mom was apparently sitting next to my dad and was like, do you know about that? And Dad's like, what? And she's like, do you have Samus Girl's binoculars? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, are you gonna give them back? He's like, I don't know, they're around here somewhere. So I was like, yeah, this is why I wanted to get new binoculars.
She's kind of starting to sound like me as far as the whole, like, oh my god, more stuff.
Listen, I've been doing a good job at also weeding things out and getting rid of them.
Well, that's fair.
And also, we don't have binoculars, which would have been really useful for camping, but also for a couple of other scenarios too.
What other binocular scenarios do we have? I'm not trying to roast you. I'm just curious.
Well, it would have been cool for like when the eclipse was happening, or bird watching, or
okay.
We're outdoors a lot. I just think that they're useful to have on you.
I think looking at the eclipse through binoculars is probably one of the worst things you could do, but I got you.
Yeah.
Birds are good. Birds are safe.
Yeah. My dad just always had binoculars on him when I was a kid, so he'd always look, show me, we'd look at cool stuff like planes or birds or, far away stuff. I don't know. I just always think binoculars are one of those things like, oh, you just want to see that thing better? Just take out your binoculars.
And you haven't had a pair, so you've been limited in your ability to just take out the binoculars.
Yeah, especially because we go to a lot of cool places. like when we went to that lighthouse, it would have been really cool to have binoculars.
True.
Uh,
All right, well, I am glad you're going to enjoy them.
Yeah, I mean, you'll enjoy them too.
I'm not sure I will, but I'll
Yeah,
give them a
look.
try. I'll give them a try.
I have to clean.
Okay, folks. Here is, thank you for sharing with me your binocular story.
No problem.
Are you heading out?
Where?
I don't know, just out of the room,
I'm
off
gonna
the stream.
make like a sandwich and then I'm gonna come in and eat here.
Have fun. Have fun with your sandwich.
Thanks. I'll be back.
Okay. Bodhi, hello, friends. Welcome to stream. I am starting to test out where I want the copper metallics to be on this thing. But while I'm doing that, if anyone in... It's mostly my core audience right now. I think you all follow Bodhi, but if you don't, give him a follow. I really like Bodhi. Bodhi is cool. But folks, I'm trying to put some copper on this for contrast, and I feel like that's a good spot for it. I think these buckets being copper is kind of fun. They got to be dirtier, like way dirtier than this. So I'm gonna have to like glaze on some, whatever the dirt color is gonna be. I'm gonna have to glaze on a bunch of that. Maybe do like a verdigris, sort of you know, patina on the copper. That could be fun. Yeah. A lot of options. Let's paint some more stuff gunmetal maybe while we wait. Oh, you know what? The gears could also be copper. Just to make them, you know, pop out a little bit more. I got this. Well, thank you. Yeah, I just feel like, especially on these larger, more ornate pieces, having a few things that are copper to stand out would be helpful. Deciding the hue of metallics has always been a struggle for me. I'm way better now that I'm forcing myself to use test squares. What are test squares? I'm using live with it. The live with it method, where I just make a decision on how to live with it. Let's see. The resin printed squares with some texture on them. Oh, so you can actually see what colors everything is. I gotcha. Yeah, honestly, I'm happy with the color of this. Like, the actual tone is great. It's just that the texture of it is not what it needs to be for the final. So I gotta do some stuff to add some weathering to this. That's for sure. Now, would you cut such gears out of copper? No, but it's a fantasy setting, so we can have some fun. Cool. That's fun. And we'll make this bevel gear also copper. Good stuff. Very shiny. Big shiny. Yes. Yeah, let's do the rest of the buckets here. Whoop. Those gears could have also been freshly acquired. That's true, but the problem is everything around here is, well, long since disused. So... it's definitely like an abandoned mining operation. As evidenced by the amount of skeletons on it. But that's okay. Just means we need some nice, yeah, weathering to make it look old. Thanks for sharing that with stream. Okay. You don't know that.
Well, they did.
Thanks. That is all she literally just came in here to tell me about how our cat stank up the bathroom. Which I know we're chaotic here, but that ain't a vibe for any stream. Okay. Interesting choice. Well, Samus Girl does keep it fresh, I guess. Unlike my cat. I gotta learn more about weathering from my model trains. Ooh, model train people probably know a lot more about weathering than I do. That sounds like a good plan, Sammy. I'm starting to lose the conversation here a little bit. The last train you weathered ended up looking like a Boopton UPS truck. Why a UPS truck in particular? I guess it was just brown? It must have been very brown. That's what I'm picking up here. Go ahead and make these inner things copper, by the way. Oh my god, Automod finally did it. They finally caught one of the cheap viewers bots. Wow. Fantastic. I should paint myself purple for fun. Yourself? Like your body? I guess that's fun if you're sure that the paint is gonna come off. Oops, I was doing shaky leg. Cool. Finally, one time, meanwhile blocking legit conversations like 20 times. Yeah, I've adjusted my settings so it does that a little bit less. Yeah, it said it was in beta. I don't know why they're blocking the cheap viewers. Click here, why that is a beta feature. But hey, at least they're doing something. You know, that's progress. We take those.
Following me?
Of course Nico's following you. He loves you.
I think you look.
He also loves sandwich. You're tracked. Oh, okay. I can turn on your mic if you wanna. Oh, okay. Whatcha? Welcome, Samus, roll to the stream.
Hey, I'm back again. I'm gonna talk about sandwiches.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was a kid, I remember there was this book, and it was about this kid who was like super impatient and always like super greedy, and you know, they go on a class trip to the beach or whatever, and they just hear someone yelling like, "Who would care for a sandwich?" And like, he's like, "Oh man, that's totally me. I'm gonna get there first, and I'm gonna get the best sandwich." And he runs over, and he's like, "Me, I want that." And it's actually like a sandwich, like a woman who's like basically like a sand bender. And she's like, "Great, cool, you can start tomorrow." And he has to like clean her castle and stuff and like make her dinner.
What was this?
It was a children's book.
Oh. I guess this is the dangers of being hungry.
Yeah, it was more like the dangers of like being really impatient and like being like, "Ah, everything's mine."
And you gotta be a sandwich about it.
I'm gonna actually look that up. Oh my god, who would care for a sandwich comes right up. It's called Me First. That's what the book's called.
He's caring for a sandwich. In her old age.
The
Nico,
main
fuck
character's
off.
name is Pinkerton. Oh, it's like an actual pig.
Strange.
This is a really strange book the more I look into it. But yeah, anyway. Hey, get out of here. I'm trying to eat a sandwich, son.
Yeah, that's why he's on your desk.
Oh god. Do you have to learn your lesson?
What, Nico?
Yeah. He's so warm right now. He needs to not be.
Okay.
There you go, boy.
I think cats normally run warm.
No, that's fine. I didn't get to finish. He needs to not be where he is right now.
Oh, okay, you're trying to lure him away with the open window then?
Yeah, I was hoping he'd be like, "Oh, what's this?" And it seems to be working.
Holy shit, it's working. What a sucker.
I know my son. He's an idiot.
Damn, this cat has no attention span. Alright,
Yeah.
what's chat saying? It's like cosplay the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater, but like, cosplay suggests you're gonna go out with that on.
So,
It sounds like you're doing
convention.
this for your own satisfaction.
I would fuck with that if somebody was like wearing that at a convention.
That'd be cool at a convention. Oh god, now I'm thinking about sushi.
Why?
I like it.
Oh yeah.
I was just thinking about how I like it. Now I'm thinking about food. But I don't have to because you're making French onion soup, right?
I mean, yeah, but it's gonna be a minute. I have to eat first.
Yeah, that means I can have it after stream.
Yeah,
That's exciting. I got something to look forward to,
sure.
other than just more terrain being painted.
Because you ate all the pizza.
Yeah, it was mine, right?
Sure.
There were 2 slices left.
Uh-huh.
I needed stream dinner.
Yeah, that's fine.
Why are you making it sound like it's not fine?
I don't know. We didn't talk about whose pizza that was.
What?
I don't
Oh,
really care.
okay. It was my pizza.
Alright, we need pizza.
The children yearn for being a witch. Accurate. Sagyavod Witch says hello to my kitty. That's good. Bodhi has popped up in YouTube and is now in 2 places. Thank you, Bodhi, for being in 2 places.
It's by location.
Damn, you're right.
I know words. Got a whole degree in them. Can't spell them.
That's a different degree.
Kind of is.
I have a master's of spelling. Okay, but entomology, though. Probably the closest you can get to a master's degree in spelling.
I want to see if entomology is a degree you can get.
Studying words and where they come from. Okay, that's looking pretty cool.
Degree in entomology. It seems like you can get a bachelor's in it.
Okay.
Wait. Entomology is insects.
Oh, what's the one for words?
Etymology?
Etymology. Ah, if I were an etymology degree, if I were a master of etymology, I would have known that.
Yes. Okay, yeah. There's no undergraduate degrees in entomology.
Etymology.
Yeah, etymology. You can get a master's in speech pathology, which is kind of the equivalent.
Seems different, but okay.
You can get a degree that focuses on... you can get a degree in linguistics.
Oh, linguistics. Oh, that's the word.
Yeah.
I would have known that if I was a linguistics person.
You would have known that if you'd studied insects.
I was gonna make that joke. Which joke, Funyuns? I'm not following. I've made so many. Probably the linguistics one. You'll have to specify. Using your words.
Huh.
Huh.
Oh, now with your words.
Brought it full circle.
Oh, now.
Okay, this is gonna get interesting when I'm trying to put a lot of like gunmetal color really close to the copper. Probably have to get out a brush and just like a smaller brush and do this more precise. For now, we can just kind of, wow, Nico, just muck on the initial layer. Linguistics, the study of linguini. Linguistics sounds like a combo you can order at Olive Garden.
Like the Italian trio.
It's linguini and sticks.
It's like mozzarella
It's
sticks.
the talk of the town. Linguistics.
This is incredible.
Nico, what the hell? No, stop it.
What? What's he doing to you?
He's just thwacking things.
That's what he wants.
Hold on, let's get a full view of this. Look at what's happening right now.
So that just been thwacking.
This is screwed up. This is illegal. Illegal. What you are doing is a crime. What just fell?
I don't think anything fell.
I think something fell. Okay, goodbye. I don't know what your next move is, but goodbye.
We'll never let him know your next move.
Are you gonna lay down in your bed? That's a good idea, Nico. Oh my god, he's back? He's back? You've chosen this again? What the... Dude, y'all need to see what he's doing. He's literally just sitting on my desk like this, staring at Sam Squirrel's sandwich. Is there?
Yeah.
Quit dodging and weaving.
Nico really is that meme. I'll ask you in a riddling way. Have you ever felt in your heart a lust for sandwich?
Him, I guess. I don't know.
Zeus Almighty, 1,000.
Let's move some of the finished stuff on.
I sent you that lust for soup.
Yeah, Yeah, sorry, there's a lot going on. Okay. I think the notorious criminal has been thwarted for now.
After authorities shot and killed the rogue cowboy.
Indeed. Okay, maybe the chain should also be copper because holy crap, it's going to be a pain if I try to make the chain a different color. I am supposed to be moving fast here after all. Paint faster, more color. Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna do the fast thing then.
I was just sitting on the floor next to me staring at Sandwich. Like that Ghost Stories bit. For Jesus, that's a nice sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Still, whenever I think of ghost stories in my head, I'm thinking like, wow, that was such a great fan dub, you know? They really did the really good abridged series. Nope, it was official.
Because otherwise, it's not a very interesting show.
No. No, it does not seem that interesting.
It's a license they got for dirt cheap when like anime was starting to really become a thing. Dubbing studios didn't really have a lot of rules yet. And I think when they got the license, they were like, can we make changes to the script? And they were like, yeah, this didn't do well. It's not getting a second season. Like, the manga didn't sell. Kind of do whatever you want with it. Great.
Great, fantastic.
The cat's mean, the mom's a lesbian.
Yeah, it's a banger show.
Principals always look like lesbians is my favorite line.
Yo, Taco, hello, hello. Welcome, Taco. Taco, you'll be pleased to know the weather changed and I've been wearing the jacket you gave me more. So thank you again for that. Oh, why am I so zoomed out? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, it warmed up here a little. It warmed up a little bit today. It was cold earlier this week. We had a cold front roll through. But now it's getting back to normal. And I can start bringing out porch furniture. Like those cool zero-gravity chairs that we're getting, yo! Thank you for the help there, Samus Pro.
What?
The zero-gravity chairs we're getting, the deck chairs.
Oh, yeah. It's happening on Friday.
Yeah. I wanted some loungers for outside, so I can lay down outside.
You're gonna be so soup-lined, it's gonna be nuts.
I'm gonna be so soup-lined. And
it's
anyway...
really all about the soup line.
I was looking and it's like, every store wants to charge you like 75 bucks each, and I was like, that just seems like too much money for a chair. And so checked out Marketplace, and I found 2 for 40. And they're red, so they match our porch set. I was like, sold.
We're gonna have to get that bench out of the back of my car.
Yep, we'll have to do that at some point, yep.
Yeah. Probably doing Thursday.
Sure. I mean, they fold flat. That's the beauty of the zero-G chair, baby.
That's the beauty of vacation.
That's the beauty of the gaycation, honey. If y'all don't know what the fuck we're talking about, we've been binging Smosh Reed's Reddit stories recently. It's been fantastic.
you could not have told me, like, 2 years ago that in 2026, I'd be actively watching and enjoying Smosh content.
That's the beauty of the gaycation, baby.
It's the beauty of the gaycation. Because in my mind, for such a long time, there were always those two doofy-looking dudes that made the sketch about the food. And then, like, they kind of transitioned to just doing that with more people. But they actually have, like, a ton of stuff that they do. And a lot of it's really funny, because a lot of the people that are in it are really funny. And they have, like, a rotating cast of people that read Reddit stories with one of the guys. And one of the Reddit stories was like, this one was like, Am I in the wrong for wanting to divorce my husband over him going on a gaycation?
The thing that was so great about this is that, like, I think it had to have been fake, because, like, every guy involved in this story was like, I remember when it first popped up and seeing it in r/best of. Yes, okay, Taco knows about this. My favorite part of the story is that every guy, when asked about a gaycation, is like, oh yeah, it's a gaycation. It's like when straight men go on a trip and they're gay, but it doesn't count because it's a gaycation. That's the beauty of the gaycation. Like, verbatim, they say the exact same thing, like two different guys in this story.
Well, I believe that that's true specifically because of the circumstances, where it was like two guys who were seeing this woman who was like giving them all this information. So, like, I believe that it's real because, you know, it's not like they had this idea independently. It's that they were being fed.
No,
this
it got
idea.
inceptioned on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You have to surrender or be destroyed.
surrender or be destroyed. Yeah. It's real for them.
Yeah, if you've never heard that story, I recommend looking it up because it's wild. There actually is a Smosh compilation of wild Reddit stories they've read, and it's literally the first one.
Yeah, they start off strong on that episode, huh?
Yeah, and then they move on to Am I the asshole for buying my sister's OnlyFans content?
Oh yeah. Yo, you know the twist to that one? Kind of no. Mostly no.
Pretty
little
based.
bit yes, but not for the reason you'd think.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Go watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. Go watch Smosh.
I don't want to
stories.
spoil why I'm not immediately like, yeah, that guy sucks. That's weird.
Tell him Spackle Grackle sent you. You're like, hey Shane, Spackle Grackle sent you.
But yeah, that dude, whoever made that one really knew how to write a title for their post.
Yeah, and I think that's the art of some of these Reddit stories. It's all in the title because you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because most of the Am I the Asshole titles are like, am I the asshole for being perfect and doing nothing wrong?
Am I the asshole?
Crying face, and then it's like, everyone's like, oh no, you're not an asshole. Oh no, and I'm like, yeah, we know that.
Am I the asshole?
Everyone
for
knows
ruining my
that. I
friend's
want good
insulin?
ones. I want ones that made me think.
Yeah. And you know, there's a lot of them that aren't real. You know, you read them and you're like, that's not a real person writing that. Like,
I could not name anyone in Smosh if you paid me, but that's because I never got into their content. I could name them if you paid me.
yeah, I have favorites now. It was weird because Smosh got put back on my radar when we started watching Dungeon Meshi.
Oh yeah,
Damian from Smosh voices Laios in that.
true.
And that's a crazy
Shine.
dub if you look into it. It's done by Bang Zoom Entertainment. Sungwon Cho is in that, Prozd. Corey Burton is in that. Like, it is not a typical dub cast, which I thought was cool. But I kind of got put back on my radar. I was like, oh, there's like more people in Smosh. And then it was like, oh, cool. They apparently bought back their own company. Like,
They did indeed.
and I kept getting suggested on like Facebook Reels bits from the Smosh Reads Reddit Stories thing, and I was like, do I actually like this? Like, do I like Smosh? And then I just started watching all the episodes, and I was like, this is actually pretty great.
Not again. No.
Boy, come on. Let us talk about
Why?
Smosh.
Why? Please. No, you're making it worse. Now he's coming back over here with a vengeance. Oh shit. No, his tail's in the pallet. No.
Sorry.
Invite him into your home.
No! There's a sandwich over here.
Lower the force fields that surround your home.
No!
Let us war no more. Sorry, very specific my Bim Bam pull there. If you know about the, you know, the bird feeder with the bread in it
Yes.
a bit. So, oh, it's so good.
We have a lot of bits that we've watched together that we reference.
Yeah, and it's terrible as a streamer because y'all don't necessarily know any of this crap.
Well, it's kind of good then, because sometimes you'll say a really funny thing, and people will be like, "Oh my god, that's incredible! I learned that from Spackle Grackle." And
Let us war no more.
That's a
Let there be peace between the Sky Kingdom and the Drowned Children.
That's a bit from Godzilla in 1988. That's one of those movies where I feel like you could tell anyone that whatever funny thing you said is a bit from that movie, and no one will be able to fact check you because no one's seen it.
Yeah, Nito is in fact tail brushing right now.
He's helping.
I got his tail pinned, but that won't last forever. He'll realize he can move it eventually. Or he'll turn around and bite me or something, but he'll probably just realize he can move it. He seems
like a...
kind of content with it. Oh, no, he's just trying to wriggle.
I feel like we should tie like a fishing weight to the end of it, and then I just realized he'll just get stronger.
We'll just make him stronger. Like dropping nukes on Godzilla. That's what he eat.
You really came back around on it.
Yeah, baby, it's all a callback joke here. My whole life is a callback joke.
This channel unequivocally supports Godzilla. The fact that they had to nerf Godzilla to get a fair fight with King Kong is proof enough of that. We still have to watch that movie. Hey, no sandwich.
Yay. Okay. Now for the actual paint. Now that Nito's gone, and we're safe once again.
No one's ever really safe. Alright, we're gonna make soup.
Okay, good luck with soup.
Alright, I'll go.
Little details. Yeah, the base of this might need to be gold, but we're gonna try it without. It's tough because you want stuff like this to blend into the background ultimately. Like, I could make this big ostentatious ring also copper, but that's just too much copper. So, go ahead and make that gunmetal. See how it looks. What are you? Oh. I heard something crinkling over on the desk and Nico was over there. But I think it's okay. I mean, should this giant ring thing be... No, it's kind of looking good, actually. That's actually looking okay. Check that out. Yeah, that's good contrast right there. Damn. What was I doubting myself for? We must clean the baby. That's Monster Factory. Yeah. That's Monster Factory Fallout 4, right? Monster Factory was good. I still can't believe those guys just like founded Polygon and dipped. How did that happen? That and Maximum Fun. I didn't think they founded Maximum Fun. I mean, they might have put it on the map, but I thought that was that Jesse guy. Who I only know through the Judge John Hodgman podcast, which I exclusively listen to while fixing my car. Which is a very weird thing. That is absolutely true about me. I never listen to that podcast except when I'm fixing my car, and then I listen to a lot of it. It's almost like parallel play, just hearing people's problems get neatly resolved while I'm just like struggling, laying supine in my garage trying to fix my car. It's soothing. I've been doing this since 2019. I think is when I started doing this. Every time I've worked on my car since then, Judge John Hodgman. Actually, 2018. I don't know why or when I started this, but I specifically remember fixing my van in... Nope, that was after. Yeah, 2019 is the earliest I can remember doing this while I'm fixing my car. No idea why. Other than the explanation I gave, which is probably why. I've tried listening to it other times. It just doesn't have the same effect on me. That's my car fixing show. I don't know. Like I listen to it and my hands get sore and I start feeling thirsty and like feel like there's like grease all over my face and I'm just like, ugh. No, thank you. But when my hands are sore and I'm getting all dirty and there is grease all over my face and I listen to the show, I'm like, ah, yes, familiar comfort. Thank you. Working on cars is probably one of my least favorite activities that I'm best at. Like, I can do it. It saves me a lot of money. I've never particularly enjoyed it, though. And I'm about to do a ton of it, actually. I can only listen to occasional episodes of Well, There's Your Problem because they're really bad at geology and anything with radiation/radioactivity, fair, or talking about actual high-level emergency response. Then again, I know enough to know they're very wrong. Yeah, that show is for vibes. The second you listen to an episode about that show for a topic on which you're knowledgeable, it kind of pulls the whole facade down, I find. I liked that show when I lived in blissful ignorance of how factually inaccurate they were. I think it was that one hotel walkway collapse. That one, I knew enough about that one to know that half of what they were saying was just completely wrong and misleading, and I was like, oh. But I enjoyed that podcast for a solid while. It was fun. Then I realized, oh, they're engineers, that's why I have the same issue with engineers at work. Oh no. Wait, Taco, what do you have against engineers? Oh no. What did I do this time? Is it hardware related? It's always fasteners. It's always fasteners with us. Nah, just the engineer mindset that some folks have. Oh, okay. I'm not really following, but whatever. Yeah, engineering ain't what they make it out to be. The latest project that came up today, it's a real zinger. I have to investigate. Well, I don't have to. I got to pass this off because I don't have time. But someone on my team has to figure out exactly why we're so inconsistent between selecting grade 2 and grade 5 fasteners on our products. Figure out what our standard is, if anything, because it's all probably just like people doing whatever based on their own standards. And so we gotta figure out what we're doing and then make a decision and then potentially standardize entirely around grade 5 or grade 2 or whatever. So, real exciting stuff. And if you're thinking to yourself, Drackle, I don't even know what a grade 2, grade 5 hardware is. It's how strong the bolts is. It is a minor difference in how strong bolts are. Although, depending on what you're building, it can be a major difference in how strong the bolts are. I don't actually know how much it matters for us. But anyway, yeah, engineering. Real fun stuff. That's you just gotta care about little random crap that you wouldn't think about. I returned. Hi Taco. Welcome back, Bodhi. I am putting more metal on this baby. It's actually looking pretty nice now. It is so metal. It's true, it's true. Oh yeah, nothing quite like looking at something like, huh, didn't notice all the fasteners are grade 8 except these new ones? Yeah. But that's the thing. Nothing we do is life critical. Well, nothing my team does is life critical. Nothing I do is life critical. Nothing I do is particularly high pressure or high strength. You know, I don't know that we need anything better than grade 2. Who knows? Yeah, you're very much at the opposite end of that. Like, no, my stuff just cools. We just push cold water around building. It's okay if my stuff fails. No one's gonna die unless it's a hospital setting, in which case that's why we have multiple of everything. Good for business. So. And the life critical stuff, it ain't life critical because of the bolts we use, I'll tell you that. It really is, it's really just moving water around. That's what I do, yeah. It's just hitting water until it goes where you want it to. That's what pumps is. I'll stick to making concrete. That's fair. That's a whole science I don't understand. It's really just moving water around, keeping it in or keeping it out. I do move water around with it too, technically. Yeah, it's true. It does end up somewhere else. It's wild how quickly the Metalics really make these things come together. I mean, essentially, I gotta do this, and then it'll need some weathering, especially over here. I might be able to throw on some acrylic washes, actually, just so I don't have to wait for the oil washing stuff. Just to see if that tones down the copper enough for my liking. Finding all these little nooks and crannies that need metallics. You won't notice it's not there, but your brain will. It's so satisfying the way this is done, too. Red paintbrush helps. Thank you to Red Ones Go Faster. You've got a good point. Although this is green, so it is the strongest and best color, you know. Ah. Red Ones, how you doing with the whole 11th edition launch cycle? That's gotta be a lot of work for you. You're like a big news channel, basically. Work stuff. At least that's still what you're doing, right? I'm sorry, I haven't been watching a ton of YouTube lately. Although you will be happy to know, actually, my car is red, so kind of living that orc lifestyle. And I am also getting interested in painting some speed freaks for the 11th edition. I don't know, they just seem fun, you know? I've kind of been in the back of my mind like, man, it would be cool to have some buggies. I'm thinking about it. I'm kind of thinking they're going to make a Wazdaka, the Wazdaka guy, the big biker guy. I'm kind of thinking they're going to put him in a Christmas box or something. I could be completely wrong about that. But I don't know, it seems like he's going to end up in a battle force or a Christmas box or something. And if he doesn't, oh well, I'm wrong. I'll just buy him then. I'm kind of calling their bluff on this whole thing. All sorts of nuts. I'm still here just playing shit. Genshin Impact? I've never heard it called that. That's good. I don't know what's happening out there, but I just heard Sam Scroll say to Nico, "I want that onion, you idiot." So I guess he's trying to steal an onion. That's pretty rich. Good stuff. Hey, welcome back from ads, Twitch folks. Thanks for sticking through those. I was talking about you. I was talking about what you just said to Nico. I want that onion, you idiot. What did he do?
You don't want that.
Oh, you don't want that onion, you idiot. I thought he was stealing an onion from you. You were like trying to get it back by threatening him. Yes, ma'am, Genshin. I don't get called ma'am very often. Alright. Yeah, I've never really let myself try out any gacha games like that because I'm worried I'll like them. And I don't need that in my life. I have expensive enough hobbies as it is. Oh no, the ad break is just starting. Oh crap. Well, sorry if you're caught in the ad break, folks. I misread my little banner. And you can't hear me if that's happening. Oops. Yep. All right. The ad hole is getting people. The ad hole got Soggy Bog Witch. Because I misread my banner. And I thought the ads were already done and they had just started. Anywho. It takes like so much jumping around and concentration to actually find all the different metal areas on this thing. Ooh. Like, every time I like turn it 90 degrees, I'm like, oh yeah, there's another one. I guess this is why, you know, terrain takes so damn long. Just so big and detailed. But it's no matter. Although speaking of that issue, let me get some feedback. Oh, I'm gonna wait till ads end and then I'm gonna ask this question. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, there we go. Welcome back from ads, Twitch folks. Sorry, I misread the thing, and I thought it was telling me ads were over, and it was telling me that they were starting. My bad. But welcome back. Sorry for falling in the ad hole there. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, Genshin. I feel like I'm afraid to play any gacha games because I don't want to like them, because then I'll be poor. So, what was I going to say? I was going to say, I think I already have the answer to this, folks, but I want to get some feedback here. I might not keep streaming this terrain painting project. I might want to switch out to something a little bit more interesting. I've got some orc characters I still need to paint, and I mean, I've got I mean, I've got a good amount of orcs I could still paint, and my orc army, honestly, the stuff I painted last October looks bad. I don't like it. I want it to look better. So I might start doing some proper orc painting again here. Just have the variety, just to try and get my stuff looking a little bit nicer before 11th drops. And then I think I am going to repaint some of it. Soggy. Yeah, I got to do something, because it's just not... It's a speed paint recipe, but it's just not right. It's just not good. It's too flat. So I got to do something different with my basic boys. So I'm going to look into repainting it. I'm going to look into painting my Gazduel. You know, I've got my Shot Jump Dradsta diorama. I've got a big mech to paint. You know, I got a lot of stuff to paint. And what I want to do with this terrain project is just like make this my fun offline painting. Like I'm sitting on the couch, I can just paint this. Or behind the couch on the little table we have in the living room. Like, I kind of want to just be able to paint this when I want to relax, because it's really fun to get caught up in the little details, but it's sincerely very difficult to try and make interesting conversation about painting something this repetitive. So I'm kind of running up against that wall. These pieces are interesting to look at least, so I'm making an exception here, but I think once I get past these, this might be the last ones I stream. You know, maybe a Saturday stream or something would be cool in theory, but I'm just like, I gotta be real. I'm also just like running out of energy to do extra streams right now. I think I've mentioned that I have medical leave coming up. It's a lot trying to get ready for that. So, you know. Unfortunately, I am in a limited capacity to stream recently, but I'm working on opening that capacity back up. It's just gonna take, it's gonna take time. This should all be brown in the middle there. Let's take care of that. I completely missed that wooden piece. Whatever makes you happy and most comfortable? Yeah. I figured it would be some nice encouraging thing like that. Thank you. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna wrap up the painting wherever I get today on the terrain, and then I'll just keep posting updates on Instagram and my Discord as I get through it. But yeah, this is just going to be like something I plug away at, because like as much fun as these buildings are, there's all this crap. That's going to get really repetitive. Where are my brushes? Found them. Dry brush. Come on. Zoom, please. Okay, there's that. And now the lighter dry brush. This one. Nope. Nope. Wrong color. I feel even if you chose to keep painting this terrain and it helps keep you on track with the project, then why not? Maybe, yeah. I mean, people seem to enjoy it. I've been getting decent retention with viewers. I mean, if y'all are... Maybe I'm just too in my head about, oh, I need to be painting interesting things all the time. I don't think, I'm not trying to put myself down here. I don't think that my painting skills are necessarily the reason that people watch my channel, because I'm still kind of an amateur. I paint nice-looking stuff, but I'm not exactly a virtuoso at this. I'm mostly just like a person, you know, just a hobbyist trying to do my hobby a little bit better every day. But I'm very much early on that journey. I'm just trying to have fun with it, build stuff, you know? Try to play not more than I paint, but enough to make the painting worth it. Yeah, stuff like that. Getting a bit autobiographical there. Okay, we've got... Let's frame this up. Hold on. Whole building. So we've got a lot of metallics laid out here. It's looking nice. Like, it is looking nice. I'm trying to reassure myself because it doesn't feel done. But I think I just need to start painting some orcs again to break out of my funk, because I haven't painted them in so long, and I'm kind of just getting like so intimidated by painting black armor, and I just want to figure it out. I just want it to look better, and I don't know what I need to do to make it look better, but I just want the black armor I paint for my orcs to look better, and so I gotta really start experimenting with it again. I've kind of had a mental block about it though recently. Okay. We got this copper. So it's just paint. We can undo stuff. So here's sort of the tone of earth that's being excavated. It's very red. That's the red in the red harvest. So if I wanted to show that these things have just been digging up dirt for years, yeah, I think I would dry brush some. I think I would. Maybe I can dry brush it on. Let's try dry brushing first. Tree ancient's going to be a little subtle. Our flesh? That's already out. Let's try it. Do the slow down one. Ooh, that's actually some good weathering right away. Yeah. Let's do the next one up. Here, I need some more dirt color on there. Yeah, look at that. That's interesting, but it works, I think. Just throw some grime on there. Why not? Live a little. Okay, so the insides of these buckets should all be brown then. Ooh, same with the chains. This is working. This is cool. Oh, hell yeah. This is a satisfying point. All right, as much as I'm saying, I'm not a pro, I am reaching a point with my painting where my instincts are starting to be correct more often than not. And that is very enjoyable. It's nice to just be able to, like, try something and have it just work sometimes. Now, this is definitely still going to need something like an oil wash to really darken down these recesses. But as far as making it seem blended and, like, natural and part of this environment, just streaking it a little bit and taking the sheen off this way is really doing a lot. Sweet. Right, now we'll go... Ooh, yeah, I can even go a little bit more aggressive with the coverage. Those buggers are looking so nice and weathered now. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it adds a lot, you know? It's really doing it. And the color is close enough to the underlying, like, copper color that it's not really changing the color composition of the piece. It's just making it look a little bit more natural. Huh. Who knew? Just rubbing brown paint on it would make it look like it had dirt on it. I mean, I think a wash is still really going to make this whole piece come alive once I do the washes on these. But, you know, I'm still getting some fun effects even short of that. Missed this chain. Oh, I also missed these. These little braces down here. Let's get that right now. Alright, yeah. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. Wow. That's cool as heck. Alright, let's get the inside of the buckets. Same way. This time, I don't even have to dry it out that much. We'll just go... Who knows if you'll even be able to see this. Really, what it should do is just give a nicer shadow inside here. A little bit of subtle texture that won't probably be noticeable unless you look really close. Oh, you know what would be great for Etzer Credit is if I actually filled the buckets on this side with some dirt. That would be fantastic, actually, if I could put something textured inside these. That's a really good idea. Hold on, let's try that. I was trying to think of what I would fill them with, and immediately I'm like, oh, Torus Pumice Gel, actually, that would be perfect. So, Torus Pumice Gel, I use this for just building up, well, I don't know, I like to try out stuff that I can find at the local art supply store, and so this is like a medium gel that has pumice in it, and it's a little rough for the scale. But, there was supposed to be a but there, but... What you can do is actually build out shapes and texture and then put like miniature size, miniature scale texture on top of it. So what I'll probably do here is I'll come over top with gray earth. Again, color's not going to matter. I'm going to fix it later. So what I just need right now is some sort of a sculpting tool. I think I have a little spatula here somewhere. Oh, excuse me. That's it. That's the one. I'm gonna be able to take some of this. Well, we'll just load this up. Also, I'm realizing it might not occur to everyone why I'm doing this, so let me explain. So, the whole story with this terrain set, as I understand it, is this is basically an abandoned mine. And so that's where you're fighting. So everything here is long dead and dormant. Nothing is running. And so, like, literally, this whole thing is powered by these guys pushing on this wheel. They're all skeletons. They, you know, this place ain't running anymore. There's nothing alive here. So it's all just dead. So what would have happened here is if this is a bucket lift, these would have gone underground, picked up dirt, come up. This one would have dumped out its load, but then these ones would have dirt remaining in them, which they didn't model in because you can put these buckets in any order. And this would have been very difficult to model in, but I can go that little extra distance and fill up the buckets that wouldn't have dumped out. Which, who's gonna notice that other than me? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because I'll notice it, and I'll like it. So. Cheap, hummus, medium to fill everything. You could put anything in those buckets. Well, what should I put in those buckets, huh? Maybe I should put, like, some stalls or something? There's already a lot of stalls on this. What are you thinking, Philadron? What should I put in them? Because they're getting filled up with dirt as we speak. Water, stalls, muck. Ooh, there could be water and muck in there. That's true. I think this place is probably a bit dry, so not water. I could put a stall or something in one of these, like some sort of fun Easter egg. It's true. This is just the bulk fill material, so I still have a chance to put something on top of it. Okay. Muck and stalls. Alright, there's a lot of stalls already. What sort of interesting stuff could we be taking up here? What do I have that's fantasy-like? I could put the remains of some weapons here. I got this extra Corvus Cabal bit. That could go in there. I think stalls would be good as well. I thought this was Skaven until you showed the skellies. No, this is just Age of Sigmar Warcry terrain, so it's not necessarily Skaven. It's I don't actually know who would have run this mind. It's in like the 8 points, which is the Chaos area. Put some demon stalls in there. A Nurgle demon stall would be cool. Orc skull could be cool. I like orc. Alright, here's some interesting skulls. Do we like any of these folks? I think one of these little flat ones could do it. It's about the right size. Alright, where's the other bit? Where's the other thing I took out? Oh, there it is. Alright, so we got the end of a weapon here, and we've got like some sort of demon skull here. So I'm gonna put one of each of these in a couple buckets, and then that'll sort of do it, I think. Just for fun. That's a good idea. But I don't want to go too overboard with this, because I think the chances of picking stuff up would be tricky. We can put a couple in for fun. Too many options feels like we're reverse fossil hunting. Who put the fossils there? Why? Yeah. I think if there's a couple little treasures in there, it'll be fun. So we'll just keep it at 2. Fun bucket ideas. Bucket, we ball. Sometimes I think I'm the only person who laughs at something. I have no idea. I have no way of knowing. Y'all are just in chat, and I cannot hear you if you laugh. Why am I trying to do this with this scooper tool? I should be using a brush. Oh, Chipra! Too much. That's a good size. I don't know, the rougher texture actually kind of works here. Alright, let's throw in the bits. I guess that works. Okay, there's that one hidden in there now. We'll try to pull it out with some color later. And where's the little skull? There it is. Okay. Now I just need to sink the bottom of it in. There. Alright, so a couple little Easter eggs for people who really pay close attention. Now we gotta let all that dry. Yep. Alright. So I will paint whatever is inside the buckets on a later day. It's going to take a while for all that to cure off. These are looking nice and actually weathered because of the dirt. What else? Oh, I wanted to do some of the metallics here a different color. Kind of had it in my mind that this band around it would be gray. I also had it in my mind that these little pillow blocks would be the other metallic color, the gunmetal color. So do those couple little details, and then we'll jump on to the next piece of terrain. This one's mainly there. Oh right, skeleton boys. Let's do the metals on these guys, and then we'll save the skulls for another day or a personal paint time. Depends how much I get done by the end of stream. We might go back and do some skeletons. Metallics on the crankshaft, and then we'll go to whatever the, like, oil derrick thing is. One of the nice things about the way I'm painting these, though, is these metallics are semi-transparent, and I've got this nice dry brush underneath. So what that turns into is there's actually like some highlights and shadows inside of the metallics themselves because of the way I did all this, which looks really great. Waiting for the paint/muck to dry sucks, but it's worth it for the extra detail. Yeah, and I mean, I don't really have to touch that detail for days, so it'll have plenty of time to dry. But yeah, thank you for the idea, Vladron. That was a great suggestion. Yeah, I always welcome creative input like that from y'all. It makes the painting on stream experience a little bit more fun. And more worth it in a way, because I'm getting a different outcome than I would have done if I just did it myself. There we go. Getting closer. What's up, hello? Hell of a name. Hello, Captain Size Matters. Is your name a dick joke? My god. Welcome to stream. How you doing? Foreboding generic Twitch smiley face. Good lord. Meet all types on this platform, huh? Alrighty. Oh, okay. Nope, it's not. It's base or my armies. I like huge armies. Oh, okay. Well, that is a funny name then. Well, I'm glad you're not just some random weirdo barging into my stream to make a, you know, make it a bad time or anything. I was a little worried with that name. I was like, this is like a troll name, right? That's cool. Okay, so can I assume you do like Imperial Knights or something? Chaos Knights? Something huge? What's your preferred Warhammer army if you have one? Sorry to presume that you're a Warhammer player. But who isn't these days? What is the name of this Bodhi emote? Bodhi smile. Oh, that's nice. I bet it's Titans. Well, my Warhammer 40k painting journey starts on Thursday. Oh, you've got it scheduled out? Okay. Good for you. All right, can you tell me about that, maybe? Very few of us know the day on which our journeys begin, much less know that it's Thursday. Yeah, new player. Oh, that's chill. Well, welcome. Let's see. I am actually painting terrain for Warhammer Fantasy right now, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, I should say. I'm having a good time with it. It's just, terrain takes forever. Oh my god. I'm discovering in real time that it just takes forever. Okay, that's doing pretty good, though. Alright, ignore that the skeletons are green. I haven't gotten to them yet. This looks pretty cool. I'd say that was worth it. I'd say that was worth the time investment. Nice. Alright, let's put that one down and we'll... Oops. Get working on the next one. So, all right, Captain. I heard painting yellow is not suitable for beginners. Is that correct? Painting yellow is tricky, but it's not that you just can't do it if you're a beginner. It's that, it's just tricky. So, here, I can explain the theory of this. 1 second. Actually, I'll show you a couple things. Alright, it fully disappeared there, but I've got examples. So, when you're painting bright colors, especially warm colors, which yellow is both, you can get very vibrant results like this. I did this, I think I hand-painted? Yeah, I hand-painted this one. But the reason that... So you can really get the colors to pop, or if you do them kind of like these orc boys I did, these ones I didn't do as well. These ones are a little drab, right? And so the difference between this and this is where is it? So on this one, I primed with ivory, which is a warm white, and I'll tell you why that's important in a second. And this one I also primed with, I think I primed black, and then I did like an ivory over the top, and I did some browns, but, you know, it was a darker underpaint. So that's the lesson. You want your underpaint to be, you really got to think about the color that's underneath the yellow that you're about to paint. So what I would recommend doing, you don't have to do airbrush primer. Airbrushes are a big step up for a first timer, but you can get some sort of a warm white or bone color for your spray paint. What you want to avoid is a cold white, which you would just know as white. So this is just the pigments are never entirely pure. So this has like blue undertones in it, and this has like red undertones in it. And so if you put a warm color over a cold base, it neutralizes it. Or if you put a warm color over a warm base, it just makes it pop a little bit more. So even though these colors are very similar, you only get results that are this vibrant if you do a warm color over a warm white. So if you're gonna do Imperial Fist, I would suggest that you prime with something like Wraithbone, or if you can get like an ivory color from your hobby store, like just get like a warm white, like a bone color, an ivory color, and then you're gonna just prime everything with that, and then you're gonna paint everything yellow. And your lightest color painting with yellow you're not really gonna have super dark shadows. Like if your armor is yellow, one second, see how even the darkest yellow here is very bright? Like compare that to a dark blue, right? Or dark violet. That's a very dark color. Your lightest shadow is still going to be fairly light. Like in terms of your gray scale from like 1 down to 10 here, or 1 up to 10 here, you're probably going to be hanging out in this range where your shadows themselves are going to be very bright. So just keep that in mind. Practical thing you can do. Citadel paints are fine. There's nothing wrong with using them. If you want to make this easy for yourself, and your game store carries it, you could also check out Army Painter Fanatics. And great thing about them is that they have these color triads, so you can just like pick 3 colors from the same range, and you can do like a dark, a mid-tone, and a highlight, and they'll all go together really nicely. These are the colors that I ultimately used to make this, and so that's part of why it blends so nicely. So that's the 2 things. I would get a nice preset range of your shadow, mid-tone, highlight, and I would go over ivory, put it shortly. But yeah, like I don't know. When people say something isn't beginner friendly, they usually what they're talking about is like there's some sort of lesson you have to learn in order to do it, right? And so if you know you want to paint Imperial Fists, you should chase what's cool to you and paint that. And you just need to learn the trick to be able to paint yellow effectively, which is to underpaint with either ivory or pink also works apparently. So just do some research on underpainting. Focus a lot on the color you're painting underneath the yellow, and that'll set up a foundation to make yellow really nice. Colors like blue, for example, are very easy because they cover super well. Yellow just doesn't cover that well. That's just down to the science of the pigments in it. So just do some research, figure out what to underpaint it. I'm kind of going over the same points over. Yeah, that's why people steer new players away from it, but it's absolutely something you can overcome with just like a little bit of planning. So, wish you luck in that. And also, one second. If you want to post updates in my Discord, I would love to see them once you do start painting. Underpainting equals base coating? Yeah, essentially. Or even beyond that, you might underpaint. Well, literally what I just said, right? So you might underpaint, like in this example, I've underpainted everything with green. So before I painted any of this stuff, I painted green, which in this case, because of the way I've painted this, means that, in this focus. So in this case, you can see I've left some of it as the shadow color, which is very nice, but, what's a better example of this? Okay, here you go. So I brushed some brown onto this here. This is just brown straight over black, dry brushed on. And then that same brown over green is like sorry, I've gone over this with a couple colors. Where's a good spot? Basically, the lesson here... Okay, there's an example of that same brown over green, right? So the colors you can get into techniques where you put different colors underneath so that the next layers you put on top react differently. This is especially a great speed painting technique, which is why I'm doing it for my terrain here, because it gives you some instant contrast. And it also means that if you do something like, paint underneath with one color, on top with another color, this is like an airbrush trick, but you can do this with priming as well, like zenithal highlights. If you add colors to those zenithal highlights, the next layers you add over top of that not only have different light values, they also have different micro tonality to them, which not a thing to worry about in your first paint job, but it is a thing to worry about if you're painting yellow, because yellow just doesn't cover very well. So you're gonna see whatever color is underneath that yellow paint. It's gonna bleed through. So that's why you have to care if you're painting yellow or red or orange. Hopefully I made that clear. I don't know. I feel like I really danced around that one, but I think we got there in the end. Oh, hey, Unicorn Company over on YouTube. Hey, haven't caught your stream in a while. Haven't seen you around in a while. Did you change your name recently? I feel like I don't remember the name Unicorn Company, but welcome back. Good to see you again. Let's see. Oh, example of that, I guess. If I painted, like... Let's get an example. Alright, so if I painted red over this right now, if I painted red over this green, it would turn more brown. Or if I painted blue over it, it would be a lot truer to its color. It would stay a lot cooler. So even just stuff like that. Just like, because your paint isn't perfectly opaque, like it's almost like mixing colors when you lay them over each other. That's the takeaway, I think. Okay, I'm looking at this. The temptation is to make this whole thing up here copper, but I think it's a little ostentatious if I do that. Like... Yeah, absolutely, and good luck with painting your Imperial Fist. That sounds super fun. I'm just gonna go ahead and make a decision here. I'm gonna paint this part copper. And we're gonna see if we want to paint anything else copper once I get done. Hey, hello. Alright, have fun waiting for your soup to get done. I like to prime dark, zenithal, or dry brush a warm white, and then hit it with my colors. Yeah, for like yellow, is that what you're saying, Philadron? I mean, it's just a good idea in general, because that also is going to mean... So most black paints are cold black. They're like they're not, you know... There's very few pigments out there that are like just black. Usually it's just very, very dark blue. And so because it's a very dark blue, it's naturally sort of a cool tone color. Yeah. So that's... So aside from the fact that black is a very strong color and reds, yellows, and oranges don't cover very well because the pigments that make them are naturally translucent, you're also trying to put a warm color over a cold color if you go straight over black. So yeah, adding something like ivory there really would help a lot. Plus you get a cool effect of like warm highlight, cold shadows, which just, again, from a speed painting perspective, will just make things look lifelike with a lot less effort. Honestly, I might be overcomplicating this for you, though. Just prime it ivory, paint them white, you know, work on getting your coats consistent, you know, check your paint consistency on your thumb a whole bunch, and just have fun with it, honestly. My first models were not awesome, but I tried to do some pretty advanced techniques right away, and it can take a while to sort of get it with mini painting. It's certainly taken me a while to understand how to like exaggerate light and shadow, and obviously they're always learning more, no matter what. But yeah, I just hope you have fun with it, whatever you do, because it is a lot of fun, and I don't know, at the end of the day, it's kind of just a thing you have to experience for yourself and not just like... At some point you have to stop watching videos and just like experience it, I find. It's very different. I found it was very different than I imagined it would be. And it was frustrating at first, especially like, oh my god, everything's so small. And then now, these days, you know, I'm so used to painting things that are smaller, present, project, excluded, that it just kind of like looks the right size to my face. It looks the right size to my eyes, you know? Not necessarily like balking at the scale anymore. Oh, and when in doubt, paint it brighter. Paint naturally darkens as it dries, so if you feel like you've gone too bright with your highlights, you probably haven't. Especially a color like yellow, just go super bright. That was really the issue I ran into with those orts I showed you earlier, is that I got a little bit afraid of going too bright with them, and so they ended up just kind of being dark and muddy. I needed not only to make the yellow itself brighter and put more on, I also needed the undercoating to be brighter and a lot whiter. My value scale was just like too desaturated. It was too, I was doing too many dark colors, essentially. Paint some leftover sprues to see what the colors do. That's what I did for years. It's a great idea. If I can make one suggestion also, as you paint your first squad of dudes, your first squad of Imperial Fists, Captain Size matters. Still a funny name. As you're painting your first guys, just take like a white marker or like paint on the underside of your base. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Yeah? Through the whole set. Because then, not only will you forever on know what your first mini was, when you get done with the project, you can line them up 1 through 10 if you're painting a squad of intercessors. I assume that's what you'd be doing. You can line them up 1 through 10, and you can see how even in one project, if you just paint them one after the other, you'll just see how much you're improving after one project. That's some instant gratification for you. That's what I did on my first ones, and it did really keep me going for a while. I didn't end up finishing that squad, but that's because I was in grad school and stressed out. But I'm very happy that I can go back and look at what number all of my different models were, actually. Super fun. And paint the sergeant and captain last. You'll get better after doing 4 or 5. Yeah, save that as a treat, you know? So what, am I like high up in the mini painting category tonight or something? Like getting drop-in views from first-time painters is like awesome. That's so cool. Always curious how people find me. All right. It's a little too copper. Ooh, there's an idea. Welcome to the Chaos Trim Zone. Remember me as Unicorn Painting Girl on Twitch? You were oil washing Ort's last one I caught. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, I believe I remember you over on Twitch. Yeah, gosh, I was oil washing Orts a long time ago. That must have been... would that have been... God, I don't know when that would have been. Probably would have been last October. That's the last time I was really doing a large paint job on Orts, but I don't know if I oil washed those. Can't remember. How many different Vallejo metals do you use normally? You You know, it really depends. I'm trying to limit myself to just 2 this project. I feel like when I'm normally doing my metallics these days, I haven't even been using this exact... Like, I haven't been using the liquid metals. When I'm doing metals on my orc vehicles, right, I've been following this recipe that I got from a $1 Billion Clown Farm video that I adore, where I do, like, a red copper as the base, like, very wet, very generously applied with, like, a damp brush. Like a dry brush, but, you know, wetter. And then I do, like, a less generous dry brush of gunmetal, and then I do a true dry brush of, like, silver over the top. But I do that with, like, traditional acrylic paints, because these are a little bit too thin for that. Now these, I'm doing these because I have these nice base coats established. I don't need to cover as much. Where, you know, normally on orc vehicles, I've painted everything black to start with, and then I need a lot of coverage, so... it's a completely different technique for everything else I paint, I'd say. I'm trying something different here. But this set has... Gosh, I think it has 4 colors in this set. So there's 3 different silvers, and then there's this 1 copper. So, you know, in theory, I could introduce some more tonality to the different silvers, or I could come back and, like, do some local highlighting. But I'm really just trying to keep the paint scheme simple because this is terrain, so I'm just trying to force myself to stick to 1 color. Or 2 colors here. Primarily silver, but a little bit of the copper as well. Speaking of, I think I really just want this head to be silver. I think I'm gonna make that happen. Yeah, I was asking about how to do it. I've tried other metallics. P3 metallics seem good. You were asking about how to do oil washing, or you were asking about how to do, like, what I do with my metallics? I'm curious, but Unicorn Company, which one were you asking about? I'm a little lost. Like, I might come through and make these teeth a different color. Oil washes ran 2 thoughts together. Oh, okay. Okay, I assume you know how to do it now? I have not done oil washes in quite a while. I am probably going to do some oil washes on this project, but I haven't done an oil wash in a long time. I've started getting into acrylic washes because they just dry so fast, especially as I've been painting on stream more and washing less. When I do want to use a wash, I want it to just go on quickly and dry quickly, and I'm usually doing it on, like, 1 miniature at a time. Now for terrain like this, I'll be able to do I'll be able to try some new techniques with oil washing of, like, introducing different tones and stuff and really trying to add a lot of life. You know, stuff this scale, you can really have some fun with oil washing. But yeah, I really haven't been doing it on my normal minis for a long time now. Just because it's, like, a lot of mess and it takes a long time to dry and stuff. That's the main apprehension. Yeah, mixed results. Yeah, mixed results for sure. Like anything, the more you take time and control it while you're doing it, the better it is. I've found that I also started stripping off paint, especially paint applied by the airbrush, if I wasn't careful. And so that's another thing that's been scaring me away from oil washing recently. So when I do these, I probably have to varnish everything before I go through and do the oil washes, because I want to be able to get pretty aggressive with the techniques I use. this is looking pretty cool. I think the teeth might need to be a different color. I think the eyes might need to get picked out as a different color, just for fun. Make it feel a little more ornate. Yeah, I think if the whole head was copper, that would be a bit much. Oops, been a little sloppy here.
Soup.
The soup.
Do not look directly at soup.
The soup. Alright. Let's try some gold here. And I need like a smaller brush. Where are my brushes? Oh, here we go. Enough. Cool. Golden teeth. Ta-da! Yeah, that does add a lot of dimension right there. Then I'm gonna try one other thing with this. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I can taste test soup. Oh. It was right there for me. Tastes really good.
Do I need any more salt or pepper?
Hmm.
Try again.
Like, it feels good on salt. It could use a little umami. Maybe some pepper would be good.
Mommy.
Alright, we've tried something here. Do I like it? Nah. Not as much. We'll let that dry. Oh. Maybe a little more. Soup tasting in the middle of stream. All good. It's a little funny. It is partially for me, that's true. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I make a wall.
I'll wait till I'm done with stream.
Yep.
Love you. That's some good soup. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna try instead. Just gonna make the end of these horns gold. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's interesting. Alright, let's do some more of the little bands. What do you think about these head colors, you know? Obviously, there's still some copper poking through up here I gotta keep covering, 'cause I don't like it. But the gold is looking really nice. It's really subtle. This down here is less subtle, but still interesting. Still kind of goes with the theme. I'm wondering if I should make these faces gold as well. Or copper or something. Oop, I gotta hydrate. Thanks, babe.
Normal.
Okay. Definitely like the direction this train set is going in general, though. I really do think this is going to turn out as what I want. I have kind of started this precedent where big mechanical things like the important moving bits are kind of just copper now. So maybe this shaft should be as well. I think especially with some oil, that's gonna clean up nicely. Just because all the recesses where things get a little muddy and get dark, it's not gonna matter. Cool. Now we gotta paint this whole giant human hamster wheel. I, for one, am a fan of the giant human hamster wheel. Although who says that they had humans in here? It is a fantasy setting. I think I'm rushing at this point. I think I'm rushing myself. I can smell the soup. I'm getting tempted.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's also just getting to be like 9:30.
The soup is tempting.
And I came in to stream sleepy.
The siren call of soup and bread.
The siren call of soup and bread is getting to me, y'all.
Like I said, your wife made homemade from scratch.
Made from scratch French onions.
She loves.
Yeah. That's pretty special. I love you too. And I think I'm choosing the soup. I think I'm choosing the soup, chat.
Choose soup.
Yeah, the soup calls. It is getting. Oh, I don't normally stream too much later than 9:30 anyway. Let's zoom out and take a look at the pieces I did. This will probably be the last look we get at the, well, who knows. I might keep doing the terrain. I do want a little bit of variety here. But we got a lot of tool and metal going on this one. This one's pretty much done. This one is like halfway there with metallics. I do really like how the gold is working on this, on the skull. I might have second thoughts about exactly how I'm doing the metallics up here, but I will look at that with fresh eyes. Soup calls. Everyone's saying the soup calls. That's true. I'm glad y'all support my decision to soup. Let's find you someone to take care of you while I take care of the soup. Let's find a raid. Oh, I suppose since we're about to raid out, though, I can say goodbye to the YouTube votes. Alright. Why am I waiting to preamble this? You already know what's happening. I'm gonna say goodbye to the YouTube votes. Thanks for watching my VODs. Thanks for being here live, folks. I'm just gonna send the Twitch chat onto a raid of someone else on Twitch, so if you want to join that, hop over to the Twitch stream. It should be in my description on YouTube. And otherwise, thank you if you watched all the way to the end of my VODs. I really appreciate that. And I will see you next week.